Well, we've been in stores, and the array of skills. This goes back to Midnight Madness when he wowed the crowd. This is before he was wearing the mask. He hadn't broken his nose yet. But they went crazy for Andre Drummond, freshman out of Middletown, Connecticut, local kid, and spectacular. Back inside for Cisco on Drummond. Gets himself some room. Drummond swats it.
I think it happened against Columbia the other night. Here's Drummond deep in the lane, and a little jump hook goes in. So Olander to Drummond.
Got all the tools.
He may be growing still. And now Drummond rejection. Williams tries, and he's rejected. The other night against Princeton, the Seahawks caused the Tigers to turn it over 28 times, and Drummond along the baseline with a pretty move. Has to take over for Kemba Walker. Oh, they get it down low to Drummond, and he pounds it home.
Look at the pass. Olander sees over the defense. Really nice job as
Roscoe Smith, the former starter of this Husky team, coming off of the bench now is into the ballgame for the first time for the Huskies as well. And then Drummond just sends that into the second row of the stands. Wow.
Well, that's what they've been waiting for. 3 block shots in the last game. He comes from 3 players away to make it.
Hello. My name is Andre. A little too strong. Daniels with the follow. Drummond puts it in the hole. Shows some of that strength. He'll go to the line for the and one. Make those deep tournament runs. They won 5 in 5 days to win the Big East Championship a year ago, and then won 6 straight to win.
Daniel's a better offensive player, I think, than Roscoe.
Those long arms. And the putback by Drummond. Got to get a block out there. 4 returning starters, as we've talked about, from a defending national champion team, and you're only ranked number 4. Andre Drummond with a little fall away. Napier on the run. Oh my. Andre Drummond. Rogers' little fadeaway. Didn't quite have enough on it. Pollard gets his putback blocked. Roscoe Smith pulls up for the 17-footer. Look at Drummond.
Yep. Repetitive jumping. That's an asset.
UConn's Big East opener this year will be December 28th at the University of South Florida. Drummond with a nice move in the lane. That's what the head coach would like to see.
Hard worker and knows the game. Good basketball IQ.
Nice up and under move. Backing down on Olander. Sykes. That was knocked away by Drummond. Oriaki checking in for Coach Calhoun. Underneath the Drummond, and that's the way you're supposed to finish, isn't it?
It's such an easy game, Dave.
Accelerates into the lane, hands it off now for Gaynor. That's knocked away. Coming off a 28-point performance that tied a career high. Napier, nice look underneath. And that's the way they want Team Downey, and how different they are, especially without Kemba Walker.
Well, right there is where they're very different. They focus now more on throwing the ball in the paint, and you have to. I mean, that's how he's taking advantage of his strength and quickness over Jeremy Lamb.
Forced up by Napier, but what a follow-up and finish by Drummond for UConn. Napier forces one up, no good. Tip, no good. Drummond has it again. Goes back up off the glass, and a second effort, third effort, if you will. Lamb pulls up for the long 3 that is no good. Tipped up at the buzzer. They're going to count that basket.
Your hands.
Drummond double teamed right away on the inbound. Nice spin move to the baseline and finish.
You see a little bit of what this kid is made of, and remember, for all the folks watching him for the first time.
Now remember, UConn blew a 17-point second half lead against UCF, so they want to come out and
game like this, when you're playing against aggressive a defense like Florida State, take care of the ball, value your opportunities.
Drummond able to finish off the air ball, 3 ball
for everyone to see it.
And there was Drummond knocking it. There was Drummond again. Tied at 17. Underneath, Drummond lays it in.
All set up by the University of Connecticut, the opportunity I had there.
Drummond with yet another block. Pick and roll with Shannon underneath.
Another block by Drummond. Too impressed with any of the point guards here.
Underneath Drummond. Nice play to make himself available. Nice look inside.
He's a player. You talked about, 7 or however many games it was at 40-plus points a game. And there you see Andre Drummond making himself. We talked about making himself available, but
drops it off for Trevor. Drummond has him sealed, but they go right back to him. And Drummond turns it aside.
You know what you do? You shoot it.
James swatted away by Drummond.
Wade. Oh, the shot blocked by Drummond.
With UConn's youth and the fact that they're still adjusting their roles.
There's an alley-oop underneath to the freshman Andre Drummond. Lamb for 3. Olander, the offensive rebound. Shovels it off, and another throw down by Drummond. As Napier sets up Boatwright. Little floater on the baseline, comes up short, but the flush follow by Drummond.
Seton Hall to the Sweet 16, 6 years at Michigan before taking over here with the Crimson.
Soft touch for Andre Drummond.
Scoring at a Drummond, now they become a dynamic national championship threat.
Right, rejected by Drummond. Drummond on the baseline.
Defend and rebound and block shots, and so he's got a good attitude right now.
He's also got a good vertical.
Andre Drummond is just a fantastic athlete. They call him the natural because he just does things that you can't teach.
2 free throws.
Hitting guys low and then catching an alley-oop.
Moore gets a high screen, no call. Drummond comes out and gets a piece up. 2 for 2. Napier with the pull-up. Nice tip in by Drummond. Instead, Lamb another turnover. Hands it off to Boatwright. Numbers for the Huskies. Trailer. Pick one. Anyone. Go get it. Olander thought about it. Dumps it down to Drummond. Good decision. Run. Holy Cross hasn't hit a field goal. Now Drummond. The turnaround. Drummond. They're giving it to him. Turnaround. He's feeling it tonight. Looking for a foul call, but we head the other way. Drummond with the pretty finger roll. Olander. Feeding Drummond.
Is that translation, but dare I say, we've seen a little bit of finesse from Drummond here this afternoon, but it's been mostly brute strength.
Rejected by Drummond. The alley-oop. Napier, Drummond on the same page this time. The big man having a big day.
I mean, they get 46 points off their bench yesterday.
Another assist for Napier. 2 more points for Drummond. And Napier gets a steal. I spoke too soon. Their career high now 22. Drummond the spin move. Oriaki takes it. In and out. Drummond picks up right where he left off with the putback for the sophomore. Drummond with the steal. Olander trying to catch up. Barrow backing in Oriaki to Olander. Challenged by Drummond. Streak alive on Sunday with 10 against Holy Cross. Another turnover. Another easy basket. To go along with 6 points. The alley-oop. He's missed just 3 shots now in his last 2 in almost a half game, and I don't think he's going to miss this one. What a way to end the half for Drummond and the Huskies. 10 to shoot. Drummond, the step back.
Opposing teams defensively is what I love about this group.
Drummond free again. Need him on Napier.
Drummond, another turnaround off the window. Needham uses the screen, pulls up, rejected by Drummond.
Olander, nice look inside to Drummond off the window. Andre Drummond's first 2 of the game. Good position for Anderson, but he's blocked by Drummond. He's without their head coach. Leading USF by 3, courtesy of that block and throwdown.
No look feed to Drummond.
Napier's just got a great connection there with Andre Drummond.
It's been an up and down first year for him so far. Shot clock inside 10. Oh. Speaking of Andre Drummond. With a pull-up. Rebound Drummond. Guarded by Green. And there's the lob again. Now, what is St. John's doing wrong on that? Is it Chua not paying enough attention?
Good shots. They've got to get into the paint.
Lamb, they tried the alley-oop again, and it worked again. Daniels, guarded by the smaller Harrison. Drummond hits the baseline jumper. The sky is the limit when you're talking about Andre Drummond's upside.
Well, Jim Calhoun has called him the best walk-on in the history of college basketball. The freshman from Middletown, Connecticut, just brings an electric athleticism to this team, and we see the alley-oop dunks. His teammates know that if they just get it in the vicinity, he's got the ability and the vertical leap to get up there and bring it home, and just his improvement offensively, not just the dunks, he's really contributing in a lot of ways for this team.
Area, yet he decided that he was ready to come back, or excuse me.
Yafai with the steal, ahead to Drummond, look out. Good body control.
Cosby lost control. There's a lob. Cosby. Pope. Another rejection by Drummond. And the big guy just slammed that one down.
Won the Big East tournament and then the NCAA. And Drummond has the dunk after Kalichla went for the steal. Jones stripped. Here's Drummond, the big guy running the floor.
Wow. Jay and I were commenting on the length of his arms. This helps on defense, too. Pretty good. Drummond with the hammer.
That's an 18-year-old body, almost 280 pounds at 6'10". Gary Brown.
Pretty.
Off to Aaron Brown, not related. Swatted by Drummond and then blocked again out of bounds. He's been buried deep on the bench lately, played less than a minute Saturday at Rutgers. We fed Drummond, who scored from the baseline. A recent break about Jones as a pro.
I think he can play in the NBA because he's pretty. Talk about playing the NBA.
To knock it away.
Watch where he takes off from here. Well, he was inside the lane, but barely. I mean, he was 3-4 feet from the basket and took off like he was right underneath it.
See, that's what the guards have to do. Penetrate.
It's Oriaki and Andre Drummond. Drummond still perfect from the floor. 5 for 5. Brownie got it back. Lamb couldn't control it. Gary Brown swatted out of bounds by Drummond.
Jones wide open in the corner. You got to give it to him. You got the big guy. Show some respect.
Well, this UConn pressure has changed the entire tenor of this game. They've done it defensively.
In the wing, he's loading up.
7 blocks for UConn.
He's open on the pop. That pass got to go right away.
7 seconds on the shot clock, and Drummond again with the line drive from the baseline. Virginia to put the Husky fans back in their seats.
Pretty look.
Oh, Drummond off the pass from Olander.
Nice rotation up front for the bigs for UConn.
Drummond.
Trouble here.
Lamb for 3, long. Drummond.
How about that?
Too long. Bryant had it blocked by Drummond.
Atkins, no, boarded by Drummond, who's averaging 7 rebounds per game.
And a beautiful move down the lane by the big guy, Andre Drummond. And we're just 4 or 5 games into the conference season. Good look underneath, and a swat by Drummond. From the field. Here come the Irish, and another pass down court, and Knight couldn't hit it again, but Drummond from its bench. And the starters struggling here in the second half, and so they've fallen behind. Drummond able to bank it in. Don't know if that was the intention, but it's an 8-point lead. 5 straight points by Notre Dame, and the lead down to 4. Right out of the timeout, a great call by Calhoun. Lamb with the alley-oop to Drummond. It's at 3. Lamb has to let it fly. Long rebound, batted around into the hands of Drummond. He couldn't hit the finger roll, but got it back. And then hits that short jumper, which only means better things for UConn. Another miss by Notre Dame, and Drummond racing down court, got past the guard, and then throws it down.
Gets loose on the baseline, hands it to Oriaki, blocked by Jackson, but dunking underneath is Andre Drummond. Kilpatrick tries to quiet the crowd and can't. Blocked inside. Dixon. Mid-range jumper won't go. Long arms of Jeremy Lamb, the rebound. Here's Drummond. We are tied.
More easy shots, perhaps, than Calhoun would like of late. Wayman has that one rejected. Drummond trying to set the high pick. Olander with the dump down. It's a good one off the bounce as he finds Drummond. Oh, pretty good job by Wayman, and he forces the jumper. Loose ball, and it's put down by Drummond. And again, that second chance big. Now he's able to get into a groove. Napier, not there. Drummond goes reversal and gets it to fall.
Roommates, rather, and best of friends, I should say. Well, the big guy, Drummond. Baseline jumper doesn't go, but the stick back does. Points, 9 rebounds, but held to 5 in that victory over Seton Hall. Again, the big guy gets it, and again, it's another flush. 5 on the shot clock down. Martin, a step back. Dragovic loses possession. Nice touch by UConn, but
free throws became a national story as well. Stay behind the zone if you're Drummond.
Drummond. Fans can finally sit down. 9 again. Rejected. Boatwright. Stick back doesn't go. Lamb keeps it alive, and Connaughton gives it right to Drummond.
Second time today, UConn got on the glass. Dividends. Wow, that's once.
They're going to get in the tournament. I'm going to make that statement. They're going to get in the NCAA tournament.
Certainly have a lot of work to do, but it appears they have the talent to do it. Andre Drummond scored inside, who in the last few games has got off to a slow start shooting the ball, and then John Thompson thinks he's been reluctant to shoot thereafter. Nice play, Boatwright to Drummond. This new starting lineup clicking right out of the gate for Connecticut, and they lead by 6. Timeout Georgetown.
2 diaper dandies hooked up right here, Sean. There's a little lob up on top. Pull right to his buddy Drummond with the jam. Defense better find Lamb.
Drummond off the feed from Boatwright. Again, a nice pass by Boatwright into Drummond, and he was fouled. A chance for a 3-point play.
They're really finding Drummond. He's getting free on the inside because the way they've been in the drought, they could have been down a lot more.
They've played good defense, and that's been consistent in 13 minutes now since.
Now they rotated out of the man. They're in the zone. 2-3, not strong.
Drummond, the dunk off a nice pass from Olander, and Lubick fouled him.
At 84 team, you talk about guarding people. At 85, they do a nice entry inside to Drummond. Can't get better, baby. Can't get better.
Well, they're trying to push the pace. They haven't been able to tonight. Boatwright did there, and Drummond laid it in.
I saw John Shumate here tonight. He wrote down a little note there. I was watching him. The Phoenix Suns evaluating the former Notre Dame All-American.
And heading into the Big East tournament in their previous 11 games, number 9 seed, will wind up winning the whole thing, and they have the talent.
Pope, no passes to the interior so far.
Cosby gets rejected by Drummond.
Previous years, you would play everybody twice.
So now Drummond and Oriaki. Here's Edwin. He gets in the paint, rejected by Drummond. Edwin gets a step to his right, rejected by Drummond. Lamb to Boatwright. Drummond the mid-range. Nothing but net.
The rest they'll try to trap at half court. Not going to trap that guy. Nice pass, Ryan. You're not going to trap him? Yikes. 6'10", 260, and athletic to boot. The ceiling is very high for Mr. Drummond.
Theodore gets it knocked away by Drummond. Under 8 minutes to play here in Hartford. Wilson rejected by Drummond. Napier behind the back. Oh, the follow.
Green deal. And this one, nice move. Better finish. Andre the Giant, huh?
Let's take a look at how UConn attacks this zone going over the top. They worked on that exclusively in practice. Yes, Jim Boeheim really emphasized and give you scoring just with effort plays. That jumper rolls around. Wow, here to start the second. That's Joseph. At the other end, it's Drummond. Fouled hard by Mello. This is coming strong. He saw that Fair was there. He didn't know Mello was behind him, but that's how Drummond needs to attack that rim. And Mello getting there late. Nothing malicious intended. An awkward slip and fall. Both guys okay, but that is taking the ball to the hoop with authority. Gets it back in the hands of Napier. There's the find underneath, and there is the killer. Is no confidence. Takes right with it. 5 on the shot clock. Olander underneath. Beautiful.
Good take to the hoop by Charles McKinney.
Charles McKinney.
Drummond off the alley-oop for Napier. Nice backdoor cut by Young with the left hand. That shot was altered by Drummond. A three-pointer finally goes down for Cleveland. Melvin. But running the other way is Drummond who throws it down. And that's the skill set that has NBA scouts salivating. Kicked away, Boatwright picks up the loose ball. And Boatwright, the follow by Drummond. Little jump hook and a rebound for Boatwright. Napier going up top for Drummond.
Drummond run the floor. I mean, when he's motivated to run that floor, he gets a lot of easy buckets. And some.
Napier, little lob pass there for Drummond.
And this is what we talked about at the top. Their focus on the defensive end.
And Drummond finishes and the foul. Boatwright, nifty ball handling, adjusts the tipping by Drummond.
In the Big East and scored.
Olander's pass deflected, but ends up in the hands of Drummond, who puts it in. On the floor, gets the rebound. There's a block by Drummond, and Wilson's pass was short. Here's Daniels in transition, taking it in. He can't finish. Drummond is there. He'll put it in until perhaps Calhoun retires. Great play defensively by Drummond. It's not like some of these other schools like a Jamie Dixon under Ben Howland who had all that time. The dunk by Drummond.
Villanova has not been a good defensive team this year, and right away off the lob, it's Drummond. Roscoe Smith made 25 threes last year. He's had only 2 this year, but Drummond followed up the miss with the putback.
Hawkers, there's nobody bringing the team together when there's a dead ball.
Well, Pinkston strong move toward the goal, and then Drummond swatted it. Boatwright shut off by Johnson. Then got by him the second time, and Drummond there to flush it.
Are they attacking the rim?
They're down 26-8. And now it's tied and a chance for the lead for Connecticut. Seconds and a half. Cheek with Napier up very tightly. Blocked by Drummond.
Got a chip. Whoa! Why didn't he pass it?
We've seen that movie before. Roscoe Smith did that against Texas last year.
With 10 seconds to go, right? Davon Pinkston bounced it to the baseline, and Yaru had it taken away by Andre Drummond. Good snatch by Sutton. He's hanging tough. And ripped away by Drummond.
In this building, they beat UConn earlier this year, 85-67 up at the Carrier Dome. A block by Drummond.
A big shot.
30-footer to win it at the end of overtime on a Monday night. Here he is with a floater. Lob rather for Drummond.
I mean, really, forget about him. He's really a star.
He's going to be a pro one day. He is getting better and better. Lob again. They're going right over top of the zone.
Well, they got the back line. They feel they can throw the ball over the top. George Blaney was
2 lobs for Drummond already tonight, Dick.
Well, here's Napier getting into the lane. And once he gets in the lane, he flips it up on top. And there's Drummond. I mean, he could be dominant. And that loss to the Fighting Irish up in Notre Dame, their only loss.
Over the top they go. Boat right to Drummond. Number 1 seed in the ACC tournament and maybe a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament.
Could be.
Tapped up and in by Drummond.
Came back and beat Missouri today.
Joseph. Drummond got a piece. Still loose, and it's UConn's ball. Nice crossover. Look at Waiters. Oh, and Drummond got it all. Smith's been a real key right there in the middle of the zone. Drummond!
Great acrobatic play by Drummond.
He has been outstanding here in the second half.
Well, he demonstrated that last year. Has not been consistent this year.
Look at this.
We got a tie game, baby. We got a tie game. They're rocking and rolling in storms. Syracuse was dominating up 17. Syracuse not shooting anywhere like they did in that first half. And it's allowed Connecticut to come back. Was Syracuse a little passive, not getting back defensively. Connecticut taking advantage. This could be the kind of win. You get a win like this, give you such a lift, wrap up the next 2 games, and now you go into tournament action, March Madness, with confidence.
A dangerous team.
Remember last year when they won that tournament?
Yep.
The Big East?
Won 5 games in 5 days.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Good things have happened for UConn in the second half when they get the ball into Smith. Boat right to Drummond for the power slam.
Wide open.
He was.
Wide open.
He's open again.
He's open again. Yep. Slide somebody to the foul line area.
Boat right. Tipped up and in, and this game is tied.
Great tipping. They are attacking at 3 seconds.
Forward to getting you back on the bench.
Some watch the game a little bit more intently than most. And watch out, it's Drummond throwing it down with Oriaki. Napier again. Over the top to Drummond.
Boat right up top right now, so Napier and Lamb should have some openings. Oh, nice.
Another lob to Drummond. Napier setting the screen on the baseline. That's 3 throwdowns from freshman Andre Drummond.
When he was blanked in the Syracuse game, his passing early in this one has been right on the money.
Drummond trying to back in Jipley again, and a good finish this time from Andre Drummond. 8. Back for Gibb. 5:15 on the shot clock. They'll try Drummond, spinning on the baseline, reverse it, count it, and the foul.
Providence and UConn
Drummond
back in the day.
Rips away the offensive rebound. Yeah, when you see this game on the schedule, as Drummond throws down yet another one, the nice feed from Napier, and a timeout's called by a borderline incensed Ed Cooley right now. Won't go in the rebound to Napier. That's at 4 rebounds in the first half and quickly back the other way like the first half started. It's Drummond. 51-37 at the 12-minute mark. Council, that won't go down. Offensive rebound, Bats, blocked, misses, and now Council wants to run, and look at the speed by Vincent Council. Feeding Coleman, rejected by Drummond.
Nice job. Council's picking people out. Getting some second chances.
Cotton, tough pass, Bats. Drummond with the block.
Not that it wasn't a double dribble. I think Calhoun felt that there was
A push inside as Woodall is off the mark. Kept alive by Zanuck. Gilbert in there, swatted away by Drummond. He's third of the Big East and blocks and gets 2 on that possession.
Calhoun home.
Boatwright with a good find as Drummond scores inside.
Wow.
Well, it was on the road.
Okay.
Under 4 to go. Connecticut leads by 10. Robinson has that punched out of there by Drummond, his third block. And then Gibbs misses. He's 0 for 5. J.J. Moore has played well of late. Taylor has it rejected by Drummond. That's number 4. Here's Napier catch and shoot. Oriaki got the offensive rebound. Able to shield himself from the defender. Napier to Drummond. At the Big East tournament. From 1 fewer game, if they can win, of course. West Virginia, if they were to lose, and Seton Hall lose.
They got a lot of work to do here.
Yep. Drummond is fouled. Count the bucket.
This match briefly there with Roscoe Smith and Keller.
Here's Drummond, not a great offensive player yet, but shows some skill. You talked about his athletic ability. To 38%. Here's Melvin with the spin and blocked by Drummond. Husky's got to get it over, and they do to Lamb. Lamb finds Drummond for the jam. Down just 90 seconds left in the first half. Swatted out of there by Drummond.
At the level he did in the first half. Was there an ill-advised drive there? They could say, okay, today Jeremy's got it.
He had to stop and get out and walk a little bit. Here's a lob to Drummond. And wow, what an athletic play by Drummond. Beautiful move by Drummond on the baseline.
Calhoun and George Blaney were telling me this guy knew everybody, talking to everybody, locked for the dreaded 8-9 game back in the formative years of the Big East. You know, his powerful personality, competitive spirit have driven them to where they are.
How about Drummond with the left hand? After he went behind the back, gets his own miss. He's just toying right now with undermanned DePaul.
But he has other things in his life. How about this? This is what you're talking about. That's 6'10" going behind the back. And there's just no matchup for him physically for DePaul. It's just sort of being patient. But it takes 2 or 3 recruiting classes. There's Drummond again.
Overs, and he'll fire a 3 here. Short. Giffey. Nice pass to Drummond. Well, Giffey came in 30 seconds in when Jim and was pulled about 30 seconds in. And good defense by Rutgers almost took it away from Boatwright. Boatwright, good pass, and that's goaltending.
See in the final 10 minutes what specifically they're doing to try to limit his touches.
West Virginia back on top.
Big time answer.
Connecticut gets it down court. Drummond puts it in. Point line. Drummond's the type of athlete that can hang with him out there. Hines and Drummond comes over to block the shot.
It's not a defender close.
Here's Fair. And he had it blocked by Drummond. Entry pass to Smith. Puts it on the floor. Drummond there with a putback. 8th offensive rebound. And taken out of there by Boatwright. Gardine's forced it a couple times now. Now on the other end. The alley-oop. Drummond with the jam. Timeout, Syracuse.
Bad shots are like a turnover, Dave. It doesn't matter how they change ends, just that they get there. Both passes covered an awful lot of ground. How about the athleticism of Boatwright to make that pass on the move?
And after he sprained the thumb, that demeanor changed. And he's had that same look the entire game as Connecticut gets an easy bucket there. For Syracuse when they are needed. Joseph did that against Georgetown. Will they do it here? Another misfire.
There's consistent minutes for this UConn team.
Here's Napier spotting a 3. Drummond throws it down. The Cuse calls for time. Connecticut on a roll. Andre Drummond, an incredible athlete, showing that off, putting the exclamation point on a 7-0 run.
6'10", 270 pounds, but a freak athlete, folks. One-hand jam, leaving no doubt right in front of the hometown Huskies. Look at the react.
A missed opportunity for UConn. Now Mello on the catch. Oh, swatted away by Drummond. 10 to shoot. What kind of a look will they get here? Time is at 6. Napier, long three. There's Drummond to put it back. Napier trying to make it a 4-point game. Missed it, but there's Drummond. It's a one-possession game with 16 seconds left. Taking a lot of time. 8 seconds left. Drummond got the layup.
Oriaki, and that one almost accidentally went in as Andre Drummond.
Niels Giffey on the bench. You may see him too. He's a pretty good defender, can shoot. Look at this kid attack.
That's blocked by Drummond. Here, White wants it. Instead, tough pass. The putback is rejected.
Makes all the big decisions. Here they get him in the box.
Oh, what a block by Drummond.
With the 9th pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Andre Drummond from the University of Connecticut.
We saw the emotion that Jay mentioned just a second ago, and you also see Austin Rivers. I'm going to tell you why Rivers looks very happy. He hasn't been picked. He's wanted to go to New Orleans, and the Hornets are back on the clock at 10. But this moment is for the Pistons' latest big man. That's the legacy of big men in Detroit, dating back to Bob Lanier and Spider Sally from those championship teams. Lambeer, who could step outside, and now Drummond and Monroe up front together for the Pistons as Andre shakes David Stern's hand and he's off to the NBA, JP.
Well, this is, and you mean this in the most positive way, an absolute freak. He's a freak athlete that can run the floor. He can explosively get off the floor with power. Wingspan, everybody. Wingspan. 7'6" wingspan. But what's really remarkable about him is how he gets up and down the floor. He can really run. Powerful guy. He's strong. His lateral quickness is really remarkable. He can get out and guard a pick and roll and really move his feet. His defensive presence is also outstanding. You pitch that ball up there and he can go get it. You know, we talked about that with the first pick, Anthony Davis, his ability to go out and block a shot on the perimeter. Andre Drummond doesn't do that as well as Anthony Davis does, just that his offense is way behind. We talked about being a rim protector. He blocks almost 3 shots per game. You throw that ball up around the rim and he can absolutely go get it. The one thing he doesn't do, he doesn't make his free throws. He only shoots about 29%. His offense has a ways to go. But, Reese, you said it. He's a young player. He should just be coming out of high school now. He reclassed in order to go to UConn. So he's got some maturing to do. And I think he's going to get better and better, but he really has to put a lot of work into his offensive game. And he's got a high ceiling, but that work rate has got to go up as well.
The guy that they're looking for some motor from headed to the Motor City with Mark Jones.
A year ago at this time, you were deciding whether you were going to have another year of high school or not, Andre. Now you're the 9th pick in the NBA draft. What was the most revealing part of your journey from then to now?
Just making the decision to leave high school early and then leaving UConn early as well. I mean, I love my family. I love teammates. And Connecticut's a great state. And Detroit, here I come.
How were you able to alleviate some of the fears of the personnel people you worked out for, especially Detroit, those that questioned your motor?
Well, Detroit's going to see that I'm a hard worker and that I'm going to put my all in every single day.
All right, guys, Detroit's a town that knows about good motors, right? Back to you.
If they do, the Pistons have their big man, Andre Drummond, out of UConn, going number 9. Now the Hornets are on the clock. Will it be Austin Rivers to go with Anthony Davis? An emotional moment for Drummond as he gets his NBA future.
This is Andre Drummond, and you're watching the NBA Draft on ESPN.